welcome back to the tip of the day. My tip today is to assign your things homes where you use them most often. We've talked about this before. I may be beating this like a dead horse, but honestly, not only does it save you time, because the things you use all the time are there, not only is it obviously more convenient, but you're also more likely to put it away. So there's all those things that we have that we kind of leave out. And the reason usually is like 99% of the time, we leave stuff out because putting it away is too hard. So I'll give you some quick examples. I'm going to show you my cupboard behind you and a few other things here in my kitchen. My kitchen is the easiest place that you can assign things. When we move in, we're tired and we shove everything in cupboards and closets and put things away. And it's not the ideal time to set up your home because you're rushing. You probably have friends and family helping you. And then we keep it that way forever for some reason. And we get new things in and we try to find spots for it. And there's things all over the place and it's never efficient. So just carving out a little time to make things more efficient. I call it finding the valuable real estate. So the things you use most often being at eye level, easiest to get to, and I'll show you some examples really quickly. This is my drink cupboard. Beautiful! We are big tea drinkers, and for some reason I kept my tea all the way over by my dining room table, and I'd walk every day. I mean, when I say we're big tea drinkers, we probably drink tea 4 or 5 cups a day each. So that's something that should have had valuable real estate. So all I did was relocate the coffee maker here, and then got some baskets up here. This is all the Keurig coffee. Then we have the Keurig specialty drinks up here, like the different teas and hot chocolates. And then we keep all our teas. Here's the sugar. We keep all our teas in these airtight containers, and these are just from the dollar store. And what we do is we obviously stack them, but we put one in the front like this, so you can see what is in it. You can see what tea, and it's great to keep your tea airtight because it just stays fresh. My husband's a big tea connoisseur. I know nothing about tea. He uses this little bobber thing, and we've got all these loose teas too. Again, we keep them in airtight containers. And then also in the airtight containers, just because it looks prettier. We also keep our hot chocolate and our French vanilla mix and things like that. So this, again, we used to walk back and forth. So what I would do is I'd come over here and I'd make a tea and I'd leave it on the counter by the kettle. And I'd leave the tea that I made out like a crazy person. And just, it wasn't efficient because I didn't want to walk across. I know I'm lazy, but now by relocating this and getting rid of things that were stored in here that I wasn't using all the time and dedicating it to the tea, it means I no longer have tea packages and things like that out on my counter. I've gotten rid of that clutter just by taking a few minutes to find the valuable real estate for my tea. Here in my island is another quick example. This is where my kids do homework. This is where they color. And I used to have all their coloring books and things like that in the toy room. But they'd bring it up and they'd color here while I made dinner, and then they'd leave it there and we'd always take it later. But what we ended up with was stacks of coloring and paper and crayons always on the island. So instead I dedicated one drawer here for coloring and one drawer here for homework. So this is like homework books, all their pencils they need, all the tools they'd need for homework. In here before were things that I hardly ever used. Cookbooks, I kept aprons, things that I used maybe once a year, if ever, were taking up valuable real estate. And instead I had piles on my counter of things that I use all the time. So I relocated the things that I wasn't using. And just recently, we do a lot of these games. We're teaching our youngest, our 5-year-old, to read. So we do a lot of these games here at the kitchen counter while her older sister does her homework. But these, again, I kept downstairs. So I had outdoor placemats in here. Never have used one time ever. It was an entire drawer dedicated to basically storing nothing. So I relocated this into exactly what it is. Like a little game learning drawer, you thingy merjigger, you want to call it. And then in the spot over here, hi Oscar. He doesn't like being tied up in the kitchen, but if I untie him, He uses my carpet as a bathroom. And then in the basket that we used to have the tea, we made into his treats and all our dog stuff, which is really convenient because it's right by the door where we take him out. So when he's really good and he goes out and he goes to the bathroom, we come in and we give him a treat immediately. And also his food dish we keep here. So it's kind of like an Oscar zone. Instead of walking all over the place, I've just relocated things so they make more sense. And then that way I'm putting things away instead of leaving it out on the counter. So that's your quick tip. Find the valuable real estate in your home, go back through your home and think, what do I use all the time? And a really good indicator would be looking at your piles of clutter. They are gonna be what tips you off. If you have a pile of mail on your kitchen counter, that's probably where your mail sorting system should be. If you've got piles of kids coloring and homework and all that type of stuff, that's probably where you should make a homework center and clear out a cupboard or a drawer right near there to put that stuff. It sucks to relocate, but it makes such a difference in cutting down clutter when you assign the proper home. That's your tip. We'll see you next time.